So Dada, you were saying, continue on.
That this creation to me and to a lot of others, it's a manifestation of love. In order to liberate anyone, to show you how unlimited you can be, first you have to be limited, obviously. And if we are created, that means we are in the limits of creation. If we are beyond creation, then we are free. So, no, the purpose was not to enslave. The purpose was to free. Just the opposite. God created this universe and all human beings and all animals and plants with the intention of liberating us, not of enslaving us.
How would you know that is 100% true?
Because it's close enough. It's close enough to be 100%. How can you be 100% sure of anything?
Exactly, that's what I'm getting into, because you agreed with me that in the beginning we really didn't know.
I tell you how. You don't think, you feel.
Okay, what?
Where your thoughts cannot go any further, feel in your heart what is and what is not.
Okay, so then that makes feeling the most important thing, right? Feeling. When the fourth theory comes in, feeling is put in there by this programming, by this interdimensional being, right? If that is not true, that's okay. But how would we know that it's not true? That maybe it's possible that even love itself is a polarity.
Even love itself is a program that was put into you.
Because according to yogic theory is that the vrittis are there, which is actually a polarity in itself, like envy, joy, hate, love. Love is one of the vrittis. So how would you?
Love is not a vritti.
Who is part of the
It's not
petals,
part of the 50.
The 60.
Love is not self-love, maybe.
Self-love, yeah.
Yeah, self-love
So
is also egocentrism.
And it's okay. So what you're saying is that, and you agreed with me before that the life essence is beyond polarity.
Certainly.
It doesn't change. When you love and there's a point where you change, right? I mean, you can only love this much and then there's an end. It's not a characteristic of the life essence, which is, as you said, is unlimited.
You know, there is a difference between love and attraction and attachments and fascination. Love is different from those. If we like something, we know it's going to be temporary. The liking of something external is temporary. And
because your body is temporary.
Everything is temporary. The mind is even more temporary than the body.
Uh-huh.
So what you like in the external world cannot be, liberating love. It's just your taste for things. It's your attraction for things, because there is a law of attraction that holds the entire universe together. So whenever you see something, you like the idea, the novelty of it. After a while, you become indifferent, maybe. But if you find real love, you never become indifferent. You feel that all those things are connected, and that connectedness is the most important thing. And that's what makes you love longer. You love things because they are connected. They are part of that same essence. So that to pierce through that bubble of like, dislike, taste, attraction, you have to go beyond that to find that greater love, that is a liberating love.
Okay, but if our daily life is actually an expression of the mind, which is of polarity, and that is so ingrained in us, and we identify with our emotions always, how would I get out of that when I actually identify with that? If I am a computer, how would I know that I am not just a computer?
That's why we have a mind, and that's why we have to transcend the mind. The job of spirituality is, for the aspirant or aspirant, is to transcend the mind. While you are identified with the mind is in turn identified with the objects of the world.
Okay, and how do you do that?
Well, you have to withdraw yourself. You have to withdraw your senses from the external, from the body, and into the inner self. You have to learn to withdraw, and that's what meditation is. If you go deep enough in meditation, you will go beyond any theory, and you're going to find what your truth is, your own essence is. You don't have to worry about theories created by others. You can go just from many directions into a single point, into a single thing, a single essence inside yourself.
Okay, well, that's good if it's not true that this fourth theory exists. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if this comes into the equation, which it recently did, and Sri Shivanandamurti was talking about the microbiota,
Mm-hmm.
which is like unseen beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
That sort of influences us in so many ways that will come in the future and will revolutionize everything, including.
It's not going to come in the future.
Which means from then.
Microbiota is
here and now.
Is a certain mysterious factor behind the edification of the whole universe.
Okay, cool. But really, we really don't know what that is, right? What if, can it be this thing coming on now? This fourth theory? Is it possible? And how do we know when it comes, and when is it this or is it something else? How do we for sure know that?
Microbiota is those entities behind your explosion of joy, explosion of happiness, and they are also causing, sadness and sorrow and contraction to the mind.
True.
So normally, if you act in a positive way, in a proactive, service-minded way, you only attract the positive side of this energy. You don't attract the negative side. And the struggle is happening in every center of the body between these forces of negative and positive. So that's why the human emotions, they have two sides always. You can hope for good things, you can hope for bad things.
Polarity
You
or
can be,
duality.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
you can be negative or positive about almost everything.
Okay.
All your emotions. So when you have the influence of the positive ones, then you are all for positive, and when you have the influence of the negative ones, then you are all negative. When you become too negative, you become depressed, you want to kill yourself. That means to give in to the negative forces that are in your nature.
Oh, thank you, Lalo.